Now we're into some bigger numbers. So I have 715 divided by 9. If I look at just the first two digits, 71, that's the same as 71 divided by 9. 71 is not easily divisible by 9, but because I know my math facts, 9 times 8 is 72. So that means 72 divided by 9 is 8. So 71 divided by 9 is about 8. But I still have to take care of this digit right here, this 5. If I do 5 divided by 9, I can't do that. If you break 5 up into 9 smaller groups, you're going to be in decimals. And we're not dividing with decimals right now. We're just estimating quotients. So 5 cannot be divided by 9. I'm going to put a 0. That means 715 divided by 9 is about 80. Let me scoot over to question 4. Focus. Come on. Okay, is this working? Come on now. I'm so sorry for these technical difficulties. They happen in the classroom all the time. Maybe if I just zoom in. Okay, there we go. I have 490 divided by 8. I'm going to look at the first two digits. Using my multiplication table, I'm going to look at my 8s, and I'm going to see how many I need to go down to get close to 49. If I look at my 8s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 48 is really close to 49. That's as close as I can get, and that was 8 times 6 is 48. I'm going to write this down so you don't forget. 8 times 6 equals 48. So that's about 6. And then I have one more digit here I need to take care of. 0 cannot be divided by 8, so I put a 0 there. 490 divided into 8 groups means there would be about 60 in each group. Now I'm on to 512 divided by 5. Because I know my math facts, 5 times 10 is 50. That's as close as I can get to 51. So I've got a 10 there and then a 2. 2 cannot be divided by 5, so I'm going to put a 0. 512 divided by 5 is about 100. Estimated 100. 652 divided by 8. Let's see. 8 times 8 times 8 is 64. That's as close as I can get. So I'm going to put an 8 here. And then I'm going to look at this 2. Can't divide 2 by 8, so that's going to be 80. 652 divided by 8 is about 80. If you've noticed, I'm using all of my multiplication facts to work backwards. If you do not know your multiplication facts, if you do not have this memorized, you need to work very hard to memorize it. You still have a Reflex Math account that you can use, and you can do it on Education Galaxy, or you could just make some flashcards. But you need to know this because it will make it so much easier. All right, number 7 is 790 divided by 9. The closest I can get there is, well, 9 times 8 is 72, but 9 times, let's see, 9 times 9 is 81. That's a little closer than 79, so I'll go with 9 times 9 is 81. So 9 can go into 79 9 times. 0 cannot be divided by 9, so I put a 0 there. 790 divided by 9 is about 90. This one, number 8, is 200 divided by 7. Really quickly off the top of my head, I know 3 times 7 is 21. 21 is super close to 20, so that's about 3. And 0 divided by 7 is not possible. That would be 0 groups. So 200 divided by 7 is about 30. Over to number 9. 311 divided by 6. 31 divided by 6 is about 5, because 6 times 5 is 30. And then I have this 1 here. 1 divided by 6 there's no groups out of that, so it's 50. 311 divided by 6 is about 50. Number 10, 162 divided by 2. This one's going to be fun to divide because 2 is any number that ends in an even number is divisible by 2. That's super easy because I know I'm going to have an even number that I end up with. But I'll start with my same process, 16 divided by 2. 16 is actually divisible by 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Oops. So 16 divided by 2 is 8, and now I have 2 divided by 2. If I have two things and break them up into two groups, there would be 1 in each group. So that is 81. I'm going to give you a visual for that last part. All right, we know that 16 divided by 2 is 8. I have 2 markers here. If I break them up into 2 groups, I'm going to have 1 in each group. Group 1, group 2. 1 in each group. That's how I got that 1 there. Oh my gosh, I'm knocking everything over. 162 divided by 2 is about 81. Number 11, 418 divided by 6. 41 divided by 6. The closest I can get to is 6 times 7 is 42. So I'm going to put a 7 here, and then I have the 8 to deal with. 8 divided by 6. 6, if I have a group of 6 right here, I can't make another group of 6 without going over 8. So 6 can go into 8 once. 8 is divisible by 6 1, and then there's some left over, but we're just estimating. So 418 divided by 6 is about 71. 12, 554 divided by 7. 7 times 8 is 56, and I think that's the closest I can get. So 55 divided by 7 is about 8, and 4 divided by 7. 4 is smaller. I can't break it into 7 equal groups, so it's about 80. 554 divided by 7 is about 80. Number 13, 92 divided by 3. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry. This one I'm going to look at the first digit. Everybody knows 3 times 3 equals 9. So first I'm going to put a 3 there. That 9 divided by 3 is 3. 2 divided by 3, can't break 2 into 3 equal groups, so I'm going to put a 0 there. 92 divided by 3 is about 30. Back to a bigger number over here, 351 divided by 7. 7 times 5 is 35, so that one goes in pretty well. I'm going to put a 5 there. 1 cannot be divided by 7 though, so I'm going to put a 0. 351 divided by 7 is about 50. Now that I'm doing this, it's taking me much faster because I'm getting used to the process of looking at the first 2 digits first and thinking of the math facts I already know. But here I am on a number in the thousands, so let's see what I can do. I'm going to look at the first 2 decimals again, even though it's a thousands number. 49 divided by 5. 49 is awfully close to 50, and I know 5 times 10 equals 50, so I'm going to put a 10 here. Now I have 2 other digits to look at, 77. 5 times, let's see, my hundreds chart doesn't go that high, but I could keep adding. Here's my 5s row, so 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. That's the closest I can get without going, that's the closest I can get without going over 77. And that would be 5 times 15. 5 times 15 is 75. So it can go in about 15 times, which means 4,977 divided by 5 is about 1,015, which makes sense if you round this down to 1,000. 5 thousands would be 5,000, and that's really close to 4,977. That's a good way to check yourself too. Does this make sense? If I round this up to 5,000 and break 5,000 into equal groups of 5 equal groups, I'd have about 1,000 in each group. Last one on the first page, 61 divided by 2. I'm going to look at, I could either, because it's just so easy and I know that 6 is divisible by a 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 1 divided by 2 can't happen, so we're going to put a 0. 61 divided by 2 is about 30.